A day of high drama and shocking revelations unfolded in the courtroom today. The gavel fell, the room hushed, and the stage was set for a day that would ripple through the annals of legal history. The first to take the stand was Sally Franklin. As she was sworn in, a palpable tension filled the air. Trump's lawyer wasted no time, grilling Franklin about the ghostwriter involved in the publishing process. The questions were relentless, probing, aiming to draw out any shred of information that could potentially tip the scales in Trump's favor. Franklin, however, remained composed, her answers concise and measured. The prosecution, always on their toes, had a strategy of their own. They skillfully turned Trump's own words against him, a deft move that set the defense back on their heels. Trump's involvement in the writing of the book became the focal point of their argument, a thread they tugged on with tenacity. The courtroom drama unfolded like a well-scripted play, each act revealing more layers of intrigue and suspense. The defense and prosecution locked horns, their respective strategies clashing in a compelling display of legal acumen. But the real fireworks were yet to ignite. The courtroom held its breath as Stormy Daniels was called to the stand. The anticipation was electric, the atmosphere thick with expectation. The real bombshell of the day was yet to come as Stormy Daniels took the stand. Stormy Daniels' testimony was nothing short of explosive. The adult film actress took the stand, recounting her early life growing up in Louisiana and her experiences in exotic dancing and nude modeling. Her delivery was as straightforward and casual as if she were sharing stories with friends over coffee. It was during a celebrity golf tournament in Lake Tahoe back in July 2006 that the paths of Daniels and Donald Trump crossed. Daniels, then 27, was representing Wicked Pictures, an adult film company she was affiliated with. She was there to add an element of charisma and allure to the event. It was on the golf course, amidst the bright green lawns and constant chatter, that she met Trump. It was a brief encounter, a casual meeting of two celebrities in their respective fields. The situation escalated when, a few days later, Daniels was asked if she would like to go to dinner with Donald Trump. Her publicist, recognizing the potential opportunity, encouraged her to accept the invitation. This led to Daniels visiting Trump's penthouse, a scenario she described in vivid detail. Upon entering the suite, Daniels was met with the sight of Trump clad in either silk or satin pajamas. The two sat at a dining table within the suite, their conversation centering around Daniels' adult film career. As the evening progressed, Daniels unleashed a series of startling revelations about Trump's personal life. He confided in her that he and his wife Melania slept in separate bedrooms. The testimony took an even more surprising turn when Daniels recounted an incident where she spanked Trump with a magazine. Adding to the list of startling revelations, Daniels said Trump told her that she reminded him of his daughter. What started as a brief encounter on the golf course and a 2-hour conversation in Trump's hotel room evolved into a far more complex situation. Upon returning from the restroom and witnessing Trump suddenly in his boxer shorts, a sight that she compared to a jump scare, her mind began to spin in slow motion. Internally, she felt a gnawing unease of having landed in a bad situation, and she noted a growing desperation to escape. Trump's offer to help her get out of the trailer park seemed like an alluring option at the moment. He pointed out her seriousness about what she wanted, a comment that stirred her deeply. Despite the defense's objection to these seemingly unnecessary details, Daniels pushed on. The testimony took a turn for the unexpected when Daniels detailed with a sense of discomfort their sexual encounter. Daniels' testimony became increasingly graphic as she spoke about her sexual encounter with Trump. She detailed her sexual encounter with Trump in a stark and straightforward manner, recounting how, after dinner, she found herself on the bed with him. She was fixated on the ceiling, trying to detach herself from the situation unfolding beneath her. Answering Prosecutor Hoffinger's query, she confirmed that Trump was not wearing a condom, a fact which left her deeply concerned. Following their brief yet unsettling encounter, Trump remarked, "Oh, it was great. Let's get together again, honey bunch." The memory of trying to dress with shaking hands underscored the intense shame she felt, a shame which ultimately led her to leave as swiftly as she could. Contrary to the expectations some might hold, Trump did not insist on keeping their encounter a secret. Daniels testified, "He didn't give me anything. He didn't offer to pay me or give me his cell phone number or anything like that." Neither did Trump seem worried about his wife discovering their affair. While this might seem like a casual comment in a different context, Daniels expressed that she felt a deep sense of shame for not stopping the encounter. She said, "I felt ashamed for not stopping it," a candid admission that brought a palpable tension into the courtroom. Despite her feelings, the only constant in their relationship was the weekly phone calls, sometimes even 2 or 3 times per week, where Trump would discuss updates or lack thereof about The Apprentice. Daniels admitted to accepting these calls based on her publicist's advice, maintaining their connection in hopes of advancing her career. She also attended the launch of Trump Vodka in Los Angeles in 2007, another testament to their continued connection. Here, Trump introduced her to Karen McDougal, another woman alleged to have had an affair with him. But the encounter in Trump's penthouse wasn't their last. The chance to be on The Apprentice was still up in the air, Daniels said, adding that it would have been great for her career. Throughout the summer of 2007, Daniels continued meeting Trump, even visiting him at his LA bungalow. When asked why she went to see him, Daniels said it was because of The Apprentice. After going into the bungalow with Trump, Daniels said, "He kept trying to make sexual advances, putting his hand on my leg, scooting closer. I told him I was on my period," Daniels said, adding she was there for between 1 and 2 hours. Daniels testified that Trump tried to call her a few more times, saying in one instance that he would not be able to put her on his TV show. After that, he tried to call again, but she didn't answer. The meeting at the bungalow was the last time she saw him, she said. As the years passed, the interest in her story grew. She was offered $15,000 for an interview about her affair with Trump. This number escalated to $130,000 following the release of the infamous Access Hollywood tape. Daniels testified that she was aware that Trump would benefit from her signing a non-disclosure agreement. She understood that the hefty sum meant she and Trump had to act like strangers. It was a reality she accepted and a price she was willing to pay. But the defense team was ready to fight back. They began their cross-examination by focusing on the legal fees Daniels owed to Trump, which she admitted she hadn't paid because she couldn't afford to. They also highlighted her dislike for Trump, with Daniels confessing that she wanted him jailed if found guilty. The courtroom drama was far from over and the defense was ready to dig deep to discredit Daniels. The defense team launched a full-scale attack on Daniels' credibility. They meticulously dissected Daniels' earnings, focusing on the $125,000 she received for a Peacock documentary about her life. The defense's strategy was clear: to portray Daniels as someone who had profited from her story and thus had a vested interest in its outcome. Further, the defense took Daniels to task over legal fees owed to Trump. The adult film star admitted she hadn't paid these fees, citing financial inability as the reason. This admission was seized upon by the defense, who argued it further demonstrated Daniels' bias against Trump. The intensity of the defense's cross-examination was unmistakable. Daniels was grilled about her feelings towards Trump, to which she responded with unabashed honesty. She admitted to hating Trump and expressed a desire to see him jailed if found guilty. As the court proceedings drew to a close, the tension was palpable. The trial will resume on Thursday, promising more drama and perhaps more shocking revelations. Before we continue with the courtroom drama, let's take a breather. If you're enjoying this video and want to stay updated with the latest twists and turns in the trial, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Does Stormy Daniels' testimony change your perspective on the trial? Do you think her financial situation and personal feelings towards Trump affect her credibility? Or do you believe these factors are irrelevant to the case? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.